Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Heard live on News Talk 99.5 WRNO and the iHeartRadio app. Here are your hosts, Brian Held and D. Squared.
Greetings, people of Earth. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D Squared, with
Brian Held.
Jesus, what the hell?
So I'm going to go ahead and apologize right out of the gate to our listeners. My voice is a little rough because we had a party on Friday night, Dave.
I think we did.
Yes.
I'm not 100% sure. I have large gaps of memories missing from that evening.
Yeah, so a big thanks to all our friends and fans and all the sponsors who supported us for our 5th year anniversary party over at Southport Hall. That was this last Friday night, and we had an absolute blast.
I believe so. I was told I had fun, and I'm going to have to believe that.
Yes.
I haven't had any visits from the police, so that's always a great way to start the morning.
Oh, definitely.
So, all right, well, let's lay out the show real quick. As always, we're going to start off with top nerd news, and then we're going to bring the always exciting and effervescent Skungy.
And his pick of the week?
Yeah, his pick of the week.
All right.
And there's some Tracer in the studio with you.
Yeah, so we have the folks from Rockabilly Roadtrip with us in studio today. Preston Asevedo, Chris Gabel, and Jesse Wroblewski is going to be joining us by phone.
I was about to say, because there's not another person in there.
Yeah, no, he's
you sure you're not still hungover?
Yeah, maybe just a little. And then, of course, we'll close out the show as we always do with This Week in Geek History.
All right, we should totally do that. All right, Let's rock and roll, baby. And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by the Viridian Tea Company. Find them on Etsy. And now, your top nerd news stories. All right, Brian, what is topping us off today?
Well, we can't start without talking about Marvel's Avengers Infinity War. It's topped...
I mean, we could.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we can.
It's topped $1.16 billion in 12 days.
All right, but they're cheating, though.
Why are they cheating?
Because they did worldwide sales. Like Black Panther and all that other stuff didn't start until, what, 2 weeks?
Well,
3 weeks into it?
This movie hasn't even opened in China yet.
So, there's only like 20 people in China.
What do you...
Tiny country.
Oh, jeez.
Like Kuwait's bigger.
Uh-huh. So, they're setting all kind of world records. Even for domestic earnings, it's out the box. Let me see if I can find this number here.
Yeah, who cares? They're making money on a movie that's just kind of there.
Uh-huh. $258 million opening domestically. So, yeah, I mean, it's huge, man.
Yeah, great for them. I'm happy.
Oh, well, I mean, do you want to, can we talk about it? Are we going to lift the spoiler ban at this point?
I don't know. We're 2 weeks in. I mean,
there's a lot of spoilers going on. Even a few little kind of teasery spoilers have gone out on our page.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to tell the listening audience what you really think about it?
Well, what I'm really all pissed about is that I don't care that all these people died at the end of the movie.
Okay.
Because they're not dead. I mean, Black Panther 2 is coming out. He ain't dead. They got another Spider-Man coming out. He ain't dead. They're not going to reboot this and have some freaking, like, mirror universe. It's not going to be some what-if scenario. They're not dead.
Have you read a comic book in the past 75 years,
That's
Dave?
exactly why. So all these little whiny bitches like, I was crying because he died. Oh, sack up.
Okay.
No. There was no reason to be all sad and boo-hooey. I mean... who cares?
All right.
They're all going to be back.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't understand.
So, other than
there was like it wasn't a cliffhanger.
Can I get it out?
No, sure.
Other than the deaths, what did you think about the movie?
It was so-so. It was. I didn't like Peter Dinklage. Actually, it was weird. Why the hell did he talk really deep? It was just like Star-Lord, at least, made fun of himself for trying to talk deep. When, there were funny parts of the movie. Don't get me wrong. I didn't hate the movie.
Okay.
It's just that I wasn't wowed. I didn't walk out going, I can't wait to see it again. Oh, my God, when it comes on Blu-ray, I'm going to buy it and take out a notebook. No.
Okay.
I'll watch it if it comes on cable.
Okay.
I mean, I might even maybe buy the DVD or download it, but I don't. It is not the best movie of all time. It is not the movie that when we're going to talk about Marvel movies like 20 years from now, we're not going to be like Infinity War, that was the best Avengers movie ever. Because it's not.
Okay.
Just saying.
I think that they did a really great job of bringing together that many characters on the screen
not really.
in a relevant... Can I finish?
A shuba.
So, yeah, I enjoyed what I saw. I saw it twice in the opening weekend. I thought it was great.
Finish your thought about the ensemble cast.
Well, I thought that they did a really good... Because with that many characters, they could have easily mired it in this bog of just ridiculousness, but I think that they touched on each one and gave them enough screen time each to continue the story in a coherent fashion and really put a focus on Thanos. Right? This is his origin, to be honest, right? We've seen teasers of him for the past 10 years, and now we get this. I thought it was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it.
So 20 years from now, you're going to look back, and when you talk about the best Marvel movies, you're going to hold up this movie as the epitome of all great Marvel movies? I don't think so.
I don't necessarily think so. I think there were some other ones. I really like the Captain America films much better.
Yeah.
Especially you have to take it in the context of the time it was released. Regardless, I think it was a good film. I enjoyed it. My money wasn't wasted. How about that?
Okay, but that's not a glowing recommendation, though. I don't. It's not something where it's like, oh my God, best movie ever.
Well,
I mean, but actually, Drax is the one who got all the screen time.
What are you talking about?
Drax was in almost every scene.
I don't think he was in almost.
He was.
No,
he didn't move, so he was invisible. You didn't see him.
Fair enough.
All right, what's next?
Well, didn't you want to talk about Black Panther's vibranium technology?
Yeah, but, you know what? We're going to have to talk about it later because I didn't pull the audio because he's got some kick-ass, like, legit stuff that, like, it's like a step above Kevlar, and it can actually redistribute
yes.
the kinetic energy. So,
right, you're talking about graphene.
That's it.
Yes.
But let's move on.
All right, you want to move on? Fair enough. All
Jimmy
right.
Kimmel voicing Batman. Do we care?
It's the new animated Teen Titans Go movie.
I'm actually more excited about that. Here, take a listen.
Coming this summer.
They're finally going to make a movie about me!
The story of Batman's greatest ally.
It's me! That must be me!
And best friend in the whole world.
Finally!
Alfred, the movie.
It's time to clean up this city.
That actually does look pretty good.
I'll see it. It's time they make one about me.
I'm afraid it's no. I only make movies about real superheroes.
Having a movie is the only way to be seen as a real hero.
What about an arch nemesis?
Stop right there. Deadpool?
Deadpool? What? Why does everybody think I'm Deadpool?
Nah, I'm pretty sure you're Deadpool.
I am Strange.
That's Will Arnett.
Okay.
Lego
Make him
Batman.
our arch nemesis. Then they will see that we're worthy of a movie. We're taking you down.
How are you gonna do it? What are you gonna do? You gonna fart on me? You wanna have a dance-off? You gonna annoy me to death with your waffles?
Yeah, I like pie. Pie. We met him at
Is that
MechaCon.
Greg Sipes?
It is.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm actually excited about this movie. I mean, dude, have you ever watched Teen Titans Go on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, I may have seen it once or twice.
It is so stupidly funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is for kids, but, man, when you watch it, it's great. And whoever writes all the music for it, like, you should watch it because you like the music.
Probably so. So that's going to come out July 27th of 2018. I'm wondering if that's going to be better than the Teen Titans live-action film that they're putting out.
Probably.
Probably, yes.
Probably.
All right, cool.
All right, moving on. All right, so Deadpool's coming out, Deadpool 2, May 18th.
Yes, and then right after that is Solo on May 25th, so...
Have you bought your advance tickets, Brian? Are you feeding the machine?
Not yet. I mean, I'll get tickets in advance for Deadpool 2. Probably not Solo. I mean, I'm going to go see it. Yeah, but I'll probably get it whenever.
I'm kind of shocked at that. I thought it would be vice versa.
No, Deadpool 2 is a must-see, absolutely.
And you don't think... You're a member of the 501st. You have a Vader costume, and you're just like... yawn.
I mean, I think it's going to be interesting, but I'm not, like, stupid excited.
It ain't no Marvel Infinity War, right?
It's not a Marvel Infinity War.
You don't know. You haven't seen it yet.
You're right, and I'm not prejudging. I'm just saying I'll probably get my tickets at the box office.
Well, here's another turd that I probably don't want to buy advance tickets for. Shazam just wrapped.
Ah, yes.
I didn't even know they were filming it. I mean, that's how little buzz there is about this movie.
Yeah.
And like the costume looks legit. It looks like a straight out of the comic books costume. But man, I don't know. I think that DC is just stretching and pulling. They're just like they're throwing all this crap on the wall, praying to God it sticks and they make $1.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any real thoughts about this. Zachary Levi is starring, directed by David F. Sandberg.
Yeah, I don't know any of these people.
And it's due out April 5th, 2019.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
The only thing I enjoyed out of the entire article that I read about it was the guy tweeting that it's a wrap. And much props to my Shazamily.
Oh.
As a family, you get a Shazamily.
Yes,
that's about it. The rest of it sucked.
Well, it like DC.
Oh,
yes.
Bruh. Man,
You
so
wanted
much
to,
hatred.
I know. You wanted to talk some VR?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe we can kind of talk about it with Skungy a little bit too, because there was something else I wanted to talk about. But the Disney jacket, they're actually going to try to like make little air chambers, and so like anytime you get hit, it like hits you with like air pockets.
You mean like Ready Player One? Like
kind of, yeah. So they're
wow.
actually working on it, and then the augmented reality. This one jumped out at me because we might not have to buy miniatures anymore. Brian Tibbetts sent us this, and I went and tracked it down, and I don't know. I'm genuinely excited about it. I think that's something where, like, it could replace all the stacks and stacks of miniatures I have. I mean, now granted, painting them is therapeutic.
Yeah, and I thought about this, actually. What was that Bond movie where he played the villain in that arcade game? It was a huge table, and it was a nuclear war where they were blocking missiles to blowing up countries.
I don't know.
You don't remember that? It was one of the Bond movies. But when I saw that table and kind of laid out, and I'm like, when do we get that table for war games? Right, and then you just load up your army.
I'm sure you could. I mean, but Games Workshop would never let that happen.
Well, right, because they're going to license software files that you have to pay for so that you can get them loaded onto your VR goggles. And yeah, you see how that works?
Yeah, but I mean, there will be a black market for that. Hey, get your Dark Priest knockoff.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can see it coming. It's going to be software downloads.
I want a gem stealer instead of a gene stealer. It'll be like purple and gold or something.
But it is interesting to see what they're developing in the VR space. Did you want to talk about this Robin Hood trailer?
Yeah. Here, look. We're running low, but I want to talk about it.
He's got our commoners looking up, seeing hope.
I propose a bounty. 1,000 a week until he's caught or killed.
I've never seen anything like you.
You stare death in the face.
That's why I chose you.
He's obviously well trained. You flatter him. He's a smash and grabber, nothing more.
You were a crusader.
Yeah.
Now, you have to be a warrior. You wanted to steal? Now's your time.
Was that supposed to happen?
Yeah, of course.
So that's Taron Egerton. He played Eggsy in The Kingsman.
Okay.
So that was a really good movie. I actually haven't seen the second one. I want to, though.
I have it at home. I just picked up the DVD.
That's the only thing that I find intriguing about this movie. But it seems like it's just another damn reboot, another retelling of Robin Hood. But just when we were watching the trailer, you saw how it's almost kind of like they have bits and elements of steampunk rolled into it. Like all these ridiculous ass crossbow bolts that are with explosions and.
The first thing I thought of is like, oh look, Game of Thrones meets Assassin's Creed, and we're just going to slap Robin Hood's name on it.
I guess so. And Jamie Foxx. I mean, man, whatever, dude.
Right. Robin Hood is due out November 21st of this year. It's a movie. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to get your advanced tickets though, right?
Right now.
Absolutely.
All right. We need to go to a break, right?
We desperately need to go to a break.
Guys, stay tuned. When we get back, we're going to bring on our boy Skungy and his pick of the week. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today. Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Showcase Comics and Collectibles is celebrating 2 years of serving the pop culture community with an appearance of Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Tickets are only $75, which includes 2 signatures, a turtle head remark, and a custom print made for the show by Tim Lottie. Showcase will be taking CBCS submissions so you can have your books graded. Showcase Comics and Collectibles is located at 1071 Robert Road, Suite 12 in Slidell, where you can pick up your tickets or get them through their Facebook page. Don't miss your chance to see Kevin Eastman at this special event.
Hello, this is Chris Walken. If you've got a hankering for more cowbell, you can get it on The Week in Geek. Come on.
Welcome back. This is The Week in Geek, Mr. Walken. I'm your host, D-Squared with
Brian Held.
Brian, you know, there are few things that bring me joy in life, and this next thing really is not one of them.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo! Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
I would like to, on behalf of the Week in Geek, apologize for any, thing that happened on Friday night.
See,
because I like you, have gaps in my memory.
I don't remember anything either, so I'm just going to assume that we did a great job and everyone still loves us.
Skungy, you don't have anything to worry about. It's Dave's mouth that I have to worry about all the time.
What?
Yes.
When I'm in a club, I am not FCC regulated. Just
right.
FYI.
Skungy, what are we talking about this week?
We're talking about just quick 2 little games. One of them is called the Invisible Hours. Invisible Hours originally came out on the PlayStation 4 for VR. It was also on PC for the Vive. It was a VR game. Now, what this game is, it's the best way to describe it is like an Agatha Christie murder mystery.
Okay.
Like Nikola Tesla has a dinner party, invites all these people to his house. Well, he's got dirt on all of them, and he ends up dead. So it's a whodunit.
Okay.
They killed Tesla?
Yeah, they killed Tesla.
That dude just can't win.
No.
Even in short fiction, he can't win.
Is Edison one of the dinner guests?
Probably.
No, he's not. But so originally this was a VR game, and it was cool in VR because you literally walked around and you followed all these people around. There are many different ways that the game can end, so you can play through it a couple of times.
Oh,
it's not just one set story.
All right.
So we would follow somebody around in VR, and you would look around and try to find clues, and you think, I think this is the person who did it. I don't know. And, you could go jump between character and character. Well, they actually just made it for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, a non-VR version of it.
Okay. That sounds
so now you can play this game without having to worry about having the goggles and whatnot. So which is really good because it's a game that I really enjoyed. You don't get too many murder mystery games. It's good that they made it more accessible for everybody.
No, that's cool. Well, I mean, how long ago did this come out?
It came out. About 6 to 8 months ago, I think, is when it came out. It came out last year, at least by the middle of last year, maybe a year now. And it just came for the non-VR about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
All right, so that means it's part of the upgraded VR experience. It's not like something you pulled out from 5 years ago.
No. It's been part of, it's a fairly recent game.
Okay.
That's
cool.
that one's going to be available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and PC. It's $29.99.
All right, that's not bad.
All right.
Okay.
And the other one I wanted to talk about was actually, I might have reviewed it years ago, but they got a refresh of it, L.A. Noire.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, L.A. Noire recently, within the last couple of months, got a HD remake, and if you have an Xbox One X, it's actually completely in 4K. L.A. Noire was a game that is based in the 1950s, and you're playing a detective. And you go through various departments of the LAPD, arson, petty theft, vice, homicide. And this is one of Rockstar's masterpieces, in my opinion, because it did something completely new and different. Whenever you talk to anybody, you go to a crime scene, you collect evidence, and then you talk to people. And they filmed this game completely different than they normally do. They do motion capture for most games now, in which they did, but they did a second motion capture where they sat every actor in a room with a array of like 20 cameras just pointed at their face to record every little facial expression that they had when they gave their lines. And when you're playing this game, you have to look at how they react with their facial expression to tell whether they're lying or not.
Interesting.
Wow, that's pretty intense.
That is.
It is. It was really cool. And if you have to have the right evidence to push them, or sometimes you try to lead them on and try to get them to give themselves away. And it's a really good story. Each case, it's got 5 different chapters, and each chapter I think has 5 cases. It comes with all the DLC that was available for it. And just a really good game. A lot of people didn't like it when it first came out because they thought it was going to be another Grand Theft Auto where it was this huge open world. It's not really. It's more a point A to point B type of game, but there are many different branching ways that interrogation can go.
See, like, I suck at the board game Clue, so that I can't imagine how sucky I would be at this game.
Oh, you got to, but facial cues, Dave. Can you read facial cues?
What'd you say?
Right.
Are you screwing with me?
So this one's going to be available on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the Dirty PC, and it's $39.99.
I got a question. You mentioned that it was if it's on the Xbox One X, it is in 4K. Do you also have to have a 4K TV to get that resolution?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes. It'll look good if you don't have a 4K TV. It'll still look good, but it's one of the what they call the Xbox One X enhanced games.
All right.
That more and more games are coming out that have that 4K HDR boost.
Okay.
Well, ain't they fancy?
Yeah, I'm sure 4K TVs will start just rolling out. In every
oh yeah, they're
cheaper,
already
though.
becoming more affordable right now. You can get a good 4K TV for under $500 now.
Cool, awesome.
All right, well, let's knock out some Overwatch standings real quick.
Okay, well, Overwatch actually going on right now is the final match between Boston and New York.
New York?
New York
Boston?
for the
Boston?
Stage 3 finals for I think the prize is $125,000.
Damn.
So right now it looks like they're in game 3 right now, and the standings are Excelsior is up by 2-0 it's a best of 5 games. So if New York wins this game, they win stage 3.
Nice.
So they're the favorite anyway to win.
Right.
But just so you don't feel bad, Dave, for the normal standings, the Dragons still haven't won a game.
Wow. Good Lord. So Brian, I met somebody who actually got an offer to be in the one of the leagues.
Really? Who's that?
Robbie Klein.
Robbie Klein.
You might not know him.
Yeah,
you might know
he sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But, oh, wow.
But what it was is just that you got to go in there and, what was he saying? You have to play a minimum of 12 hours a day. Basically, you practice for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like 6 days a week or 5 days a week. You get like 1 day out. But you have to go move to L.A. and live in that house. And basically, you give up like 6 months of your life of playing nothing but like 12 hours a day of Overwatch.
Yeah.
And just...
So it's like the real world Overwatch.
Almost, yeah. I mean, if they put cameras in there, they would have their own, what the hell ever you call Survivor?
Reality show.
Yeah, reality show.
Yeah.
Well, and I think they're doing that in some instances for like documentary purposes. So,
right.
And one of the things that's interesting, I don't have the full.
We've introduced a hot chick into the house now. Let's see what happens.
I don't have the full scoop right now. We're going to have to dig into it. But I sent Dave an article last week that they're already looking at expansion teams for the next season.
Yes, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is definitely blowing up.
Yeah, you got 12 right now. So, I mean, you'll probably go up to like 16 then. It would be – I mean, they've got the audience for it, and it's got legs. This thing has got long legs. It's gonna go on for a while.
No, it's great. All right, Skungy, we got to hit the bricks here.
Okay.
All right, so thank you very much. It was a great party on Friday. I'm glad you're feeling
okay. I don't
okay.
remember.
Yes. I'm glad you're still alive.
Welcome to the club.
Yes.
Welcome to the club. All right, I'm not going to fire you today.
Yay!
I'm just going to be nice. All right, get off the show.
Later, guys.
All right, guys, when we get back, we're going to have our guests in studio, Preston Asevedo, Chris Gabel, and Jesse Wroblewski on the phone, all talking about Rockabilly Roadtrip. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktieTans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Showcase Comics and Collectibles is celebrating 2 years of serving the pop culture community with an appearance of Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Tickets are only $75, which includes 2 signatures, a turtle head remark, and a custom print made for the show by Tim Lottie. Showcase will be taking CBCS submissions so you can have your books graded. Showcase Comics and Collectibles is located at 1071 Robert Road, Suite 12 in Slidell, where you can pick up your tickets or get them through their Facebook page. Don't miss your chance to see Kevin Eastman at this special event.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Mata Hari, Agent H21, is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
Welcome back to The Week in Geek. Don't forget, you can listen to previous episodes on the iHeartRadio app at The Week in Geek Radio Show. Here are your hosts, D Squared and Brian Held.
Welcome back into The Week in Geek. This is D Squared and
Brian Held.
All right, Brian, it is time to talk to our guest, man.
It absolutely is. So joining us live in studio is artist Preston Asevedo, Chris Gabel, who is a mechanic extraordinaire and who runs the St. Tammany Crab Festival. And on the line is Jesse Wroblewski, who is the writer and director of Rockabilly Roadtrip. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
What's up, everybody?
Awesome, awesome. So who wants to take the first question? What is Rockabilly Roadtrip?
Preston explains
Preston.
it to us. I could explain it.
Okay.
It's a love story about a guy, his car, and his homemade old lady.
Okay.
His homemade old lady.
Yeah. I mean, that's every guy's dream, right? Have a hot car, hot old lady that you make yourself. Programmer.
That's sexist. I would never say that.
Well, sex robots are about to be a thing.
Hey, that's true.
Thank you, Japan.
Actually.
Yeah. So, all right, and what is it that they do in this series? Right? It's a road trip, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, after he builds this fantastic hot rod and he builds this fantastic old lady, he brings her on this whirlwind road trip around the country to educate her on life and things of that nature, I guess.
All right.
Jesse, do you have any
show you a world
thing to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty episodic. Each state across our beautiful country kind of has its own urban legend that they bump into. So it's definitely, there is a love story, but lots of action and horror and cool stuff in each state that each state is kind of known for.
All right.
Well, if you want to get in detail about it, I guess.
I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we're pitching a Fabio novel.
No.
All right. Okay. So that's what it is. But now,
yeah, obviously it's a little taste of supernatural because and then the urban legend says I like the twist. All right.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing like Infinity War. If that helps any.
Good.
Dave.
Thank you. All right, I'm on board. Rockabilly Road Trip for life.
So let's take it to Chris. Chris, these guys, Preston and Jesse, created this comic book, but you actually made it a reality, right? You built the car.
Well, yeah, they came to me about 10 years ago and, pitched the idea. And it was kind of cool, because if you think back to history of it and watching it just come about, this is something we've always talked about. I mean, I think we were on y'all's radio show a few years ago.
Yeah, y'all went back when we were in the old station, yes.
And, whenever we decided to build it, Preston, he was a big part of actually building it because, I can only do so much with a welder. But, when you got the...
Tell me about it.
the artist standing there and you're bending metal and putting it together. And it was kind of cool just watching the whole thing come together, which we do have some of the videos on our Facebook page if you want to check some of them out.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. So I guess, Jesse, I'm going to throw it to you, right? We've got a comic book now. Now we have a car, and now you're making it into a movie and or TV series. Is that right?
Correct. So we put together a killer team over the course of a couple months, and we shot what's called in the industry our sizzle reel, which basically kind of encapsulates what the whole concept is in about 2 minutes. So we're going to take that, we're going to debut it, I'm going to say this Wednesday on our Facebook page. So everybody go to Facebook/Rockabilly Roadtrip. And it's going to be amazing. We have stuff that I guarantee you've never seen before. We've got a custom theme song. We've got a slot machine that's turned into a weaponized vampire killing machine. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely look into our Facebook page, and we'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, no, Dave, it was really cool. And actually, I can fairly say that I was part of the production team with these guys. And I am the chainsaw-wielding maniac who's trying to cut down a little puppy dog.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
We went through quite a few puppy dogs, too, because Brian couldn't get his lawn right.
Well, and
anything for the art.
Right, of course. So, hey, let me ask you, what cut is going to make it? Because there was the puppy dog, and then there was the production assistant who I was also chasing across the road with the chainsaw. Who's going to make the cut?
Doesn't really matter, Brian. It's all about the blood.
No, it's all about Brian's face.
We're going with the little puppy dog Bella.
Oh,
her big screen debut.
Oh, nice. Yes, Bella was very sweet. Yeah. So, well, cool. So, I mean, Preston, there's 6 issues out of a Rockabilly Roadtrip, right?
Yeah.
And that's been collected into a graphic novel?
TPB.
Trade paperback.
But the only way you can get the 6th issue is to buy the trade paperback.
Okay.
That's called, like, making people buy a trade paperback.
Well, are the single issues still available at all?
No, they're not.
Okay.
I mean, we have a few left, but I don't think we're selling them. We're going to hold on to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the goal for Rockabilly Roadtrip in comic book form? Do you have more of the series laid out?
We do, actually. I'm in the middle of drawing up the next 2 issues, which are going to be produced by Stratum Comics.
Okay.
And, yeah. And then, I mean, it's going to be an ongoing series. But if anybody knows anything about self-publication, it's about when you feel secure in your bank account, when you get to work on stuff like that. Because it's always a labor of love. There's not a lot of money involved in it.
All right, cool. Now, Chris, you always seem to me the more level-headed, serious member of this team. All right. And tell me a little bit about some of the antics that happened with the Devil Driver, the Rat Rod in this production while y'all were on set.
Well, one of the things we definitely agreed upon was, granted, we want to fit the comic book as much as we possibly can, but having a 700 horsepower supercharged 454 was maybe a little too much, and so we're trying to scale it back, and we're actually redesigning the car a little bit and getting it ready for the next the pilot, which we're probably going to be having to build 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
I think that was one of the reasons that ended up in the ditch. We had to call in some guys.
That was intentional. That was intentional.
We had to call in some guys from Clowning Around Customs and Slidell, who he actually works on monster trucks, to come in and help us tune the car and get it where we need it to be at. But other than that, I mean, it was really fun actually doing it. I can't wait to see the finished product.
So, Jesse, tell me, I know that there's some background footage that the production team has seen. Are you going to throw like that ditch shot on the Facebook page so that everybody can see that?
That's kind of too
The
late.
ditch shot, I believe, is on there. We have both drone footage and land footage. So if you are interested, check out our Facebook page, and you could see a very custom-built hot rod doing donuts off the road into a ditch, into a water-filled ditch.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it, but I didn't know if it came from you or whatever, but it was on Facebook. I saw it.
Oh, okay.
That was
All right.
Preston.
Yeah.
Preston is the lead.
It was an accident.
Yeah.
It was a total accident.
Like, it didn't make it like 30
Send
minutes.
all,
and he was
reply
on.
all.
So, Jesse, one of the things that I wanted to mention so that folks out there can understand is that you've done some behind the scenes, like of cutting this production trailer, the sizzle reel together. Is there more of that in queue, or is it almost ready to just drop out on Facebook on Wednesday?
We're probably going to drop it out on Facebook. I'm actually I'm calling you I'm looking over the Caribbean Ocean, so I had an unscheduled vacation, and I was rendering out the video for all my video geeks. You kind of have to press a button to publish it, and it was like counting down the seconds up until my ride to the airport, and I just missed the deadline. So it's probably sitting there perfect on my computer at home. So just got to wait till I get there to hit the upload button.
But there are still the videos out there where you were gone to Facebook Live, and people can see kind of behind the scenes how you put it all together, right?
Yeah, there's a little. I just kind of went live and explained how I was going to kill local celebrity Brian Held with the Devil Driver. So we had
watch TV.
Some blood and some impact, so you could see Brian getting eviscerated.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
Put that on
so, all right, guys, the trailer's coming out this Wednesday, and we've got more issues coming out. What's the goal moving forward? Where are we going from here?
Yeah.
Well, there's a buyer's market in Hollywood that we're going to take this to the beginning of June. So we'll see. Like everything that's indie DIY, you just got to put your butt on the line and do it and learn, and that's where all the good stuff comes from, man. All this remake and all this Hollywood stuff that's coming out that's kind of crap. Hopefully there's still some room for some true creative ideas that stuff is, things people have never seen before. So that's the goal, and we're going to keep Preston busy with drawing our comics and keep trudging forward.
Cool. And one last question real quick, if you can tell me, our patches was Sarah Priebus, right? Tell me a little bit about her real quick.
So Sarah Priebus is one of the hosts of this very popular game show apps called HQ. It's a trivia app, and it's probably like one of the number one apps. About 1 million people tune in twice a day to win real cash. So she's kind of got some juice behind her. In a funnier kind of historical, early in her career, she was the Shiny Heiny girl for an infomercial for a product called the Shiny Heiny, where this poor woman just can't reach that special area.
Well, you laugh, but Dave was telling me off the air that he has one of those, and they work very, very well.
I work for Charmin, too. I was the one who wrote that song, My Heiny's so Charmin shiny.
All right, so
can you verify that it works very well? Can you just double check that?
He's trying to show me video at the moment. It's not pretty, not pretty at all.
You lie. That's not what you told me last night.
All right, guys. Well,
hey, Dave, I know I can't curse on the air, but can you read sign language?
I can't.
So, y'all so mad.
You knew it was coming.
I knew. Thank you, Preston. So, you guys mentioned Facebook.com/Rockabilly Roadtrip. Any other social media web presence out there that we need to know about?
We just started our Instagram because we had actual stuff to post with the movie production. So Rockabilly Roadtrip on Instagram, Twitter, and we have rockabillyroadtrip.com for just kind of like a top-level view of what the series is about. So all that stuff, you can do your research and get up to speed real quick on the past 6-7 issues of Rockabilly Roadtrip.
Fantastic. Well, gentlemen, thanks so much for stopping by the studio. We really appreciate it, and we're going to have a keen eye peeled for Wednesday when that trailer drops. All right, guys, when we get back, we're going to close out the show as we always do with This Week in Geek History. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Showcase Comics and Collectibles is celebrating 2 years of serving the pop culture community with an appearance of Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Tickets are only $75, which includes 2 signatures, a turtle head remark, and a custom print made for the show by Tim Lottie. Showcase will be taking CBCS submissions so you can have your books graded. Showcase Comics and Collectibles is located at 1071 Robert Road, Suite 12 in Slidell, where you can pick up your tickets or get them through their Facebook page. Don't miss your chance to see Kevin Eastman at this special event.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today.
Mata Hari, Agent H21 is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. Follow them on Twitter at Twig Radio. Do it now.
I like the voice guy. Like once every 10 times, I like the voice guy.
Right.
Now, look, guys, as always, want to strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Check out our website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio and the Instagrams, The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, if you want to catch any part, your favorite part of the show again, or anything you missed, you can go find us on Spreaker.com. Or download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. We're also on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and at WRNO.com.
Yes, and another quick shout-out to Kim Richardson, who made us a special Week in Geek blend of tea. And so you can't get it on the Etsy store, so Kim Richardson.
Yes, you've got to send her a PM starting today through May 10th. The Week of Geek anniversary tea blend is only $5 plus $2 in shipping, and all of the proceeds are going to go to the charity that we sponsored.
Is she on, Geek. Is she on Twitter, or is she just Facebook?
It's mostly just Facebook.
Okay.
So,
all right, you know what? All right, speaking of the charities, though, let's tell everybody about how well the charity did for us.
So we raised $1,377.33.
That's pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, it is. And a portion of that is thanks to Bridget Persick.
Okay.
She works for Microsoft, and her volunteer hours get reciprocated from Microsoft. So that was an extra $250 on the,
Hell's bells,
to make that $1,300. Yeah, it was a good deal. Right. So, and one other thing I want to mention is the artwork that Preston Asevedo did for us on the comic cover. We finally got everything sorted out with Paul Marchiafava, our merchandise guy.
Marchiafava?
And yes, and I'm going to get a posting out on our page for the rest of our anniversary month. We're going to do one huge run. If you want that comic book shirt on a black T-shirt.
On a black T-shirt. Now we're talking.
That Dave insists on, you can get it. It's going to be $25 plus shipping. And we're also going to run a special on the logo shirts. Those are only going to be $10.
Cool.
Yes. So
the public was clamoring for the black shirts.
Absolutely. So all for our anniversary special to thank you, our listeners. We're going to get that out there. So it'll be on our Facebook page, Twitter, all that stuff.
I know, it's great, man. We bump into people randomly with the Week in Geek T-shirt on.
It's awesome.
It's crazy.
Yes.
All right, we ain't got a lot of time, so let's rock and roll into it.
This week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future!
Yes! Oh my God!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, read by Brian Held. Available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Da-na-na, da-na-na. Wow. All right, what's up?
All right, first item on my list is May 3rd, 1978. I thought you would like this. The very first spam email is sent by Digital Equipment Corporation marketing rep to every ARPANET address on the west coast of the U.S.
Yeah! Suck it, West Coast.
Right. So the very early days of the internet, some guy just went,
great.
Send all.
Send all.
Right?
Like Preston.
Yes, exactly.
What's next?
What's next?
I turned your mic off, buddy.
Oh, yes. No, you cannot. On May 4th, 1998. First strip of the popular webcomic PvP is posted online. Did you ever read this series?
No.
It's chronicles the adventures of a fictional video game magazine company and its employees. It's, kind of
It was a comic book, though, huh?
It was made into a comic book, but it started out as a web strip. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Absolutely.
I learned something. Wait, thank you, Brian.
That's why I'm here.
I know.
All right, the last item on my list is May 5th, 1992. id Software Incorporated releases the original Wolfenstein 3D. It is the very first-person shooter game for DOS computers.
No way,
yeah,
huh?
Beat out Doom, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
That's cool. We got time for one more, Brian.
We got time for one more. All right, I threw this in here since the trailers have been out on May 4th, 2007. Spider-Man 3 is released in the U.S. featuring Venom and Sandman as well as the new Green Goblin. So we have the old Venom and now we have the new Venom coming out.
I think this new Venom at least looks more close to the comics.
I think so.
But I don't know.
But have you seen him with googly eyes?
No.
Oh, it's awesome.
I love the internet.
Yes. Birthdays, you got time for a couple? On the 2nd, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
On the 4th, Will Arnett. You mentioned him earlier.
Yes. That's crazy. Like, he's becoming like the voice guy of superheroes.
Oh, yeah. On the 5th, Michael Palin, one of the original Monty Python crew.
Oh, God. Yeah,
yes. And on the 6th, Adrienne Palicki. She was
Scarlet.
No, Bobby Hunter in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Scarlet in G.I. Joe.
Was she?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right,
Thanks
Dave.
to IMDb.
There you go. Okay, that's all I got on my list.
All right, good deal. All right, so let's talk about next week's show.
No.
Do we have a plan?
We do.
Is Skungy still going to be alive?
Well, I hope so, because if he doesn't know it about video games, it's not to be known. What is... You see, you caught me flat-footed.
Well, that's my job, dude.
I know.
That's my job.
We're going to have Tim Stoddard in studio to talk about his event on May 19th at Showcase Comics. Kevin Eastman is going to be in town, one of the co-creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So tickets are available, Showcase Comics and Collectibles.
When is that date? Do you know the date?
May 19th.
May 19th.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So go check them out on their Facebook page, or you can stop in their store and get tickets to that event.
Good deal.
Yep.
All right, man. I think we've got everything cleared out of the way. Let's go home and continue to sober up.
Yes.
It's been a long-ass weekend, guys. All right, check us out on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. All that jazz. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
Outrageous. Stay away from me if you're contagious. Cause I'm the winner. No, not a loser. To be an MC is what I choose. Ladies love me. Girls adore me. I mean, even the ones who never saw me like the way that I rhyme at a show. The reason why, man, I don't know. So let's go,
Radio home for Walton and Johnson. News Talk 99.5 WRNO FM, New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.